Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me today. I am back with the weekly giveaway game, and it is called Ask Me a Question. So yesterday I asked you all to ask me a question, and basically I said that I would answer some of the questions, and whoever's question that I answered, I will add more to the prize that I'm giving away. If Charles will get his head out of the way, this is what we have so far. Some gorgeous flowers, some lovely ephemera, handmade pocket, and some cards, card bases. Now, I had a really wonderful response to this giveaway that I've decided to change it slightly. I have decided that I am going to answer every single question. Now, if you watched yesterday's video, I said that every question that I answered, I would add something to the prize pot, and your name would go, you would get an entry to this prize. Now, that still stands the same. I'm going to answer all of the questions, which means all of you that put a question, you will go have an entry for your question that you asked. I'm going to run this for a couple of days, so I'm going to ask you to ask another question today for tomorrow, and you'll get another entry into the prize pot. But what I'm going to do is I am actually going to do two prizes, because yesterday I had 18 questions. So that's 18 things to add to this prize. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add all these things, and I'll show you them, and then what we're going to do is split it into two piles, put all your names into the bowl, and then at the end of this game, which will be about 3-4 days, I will pull out two names. The first person I pull out can choose whether they want pile 1 or pile 2, and the second person will get the pile 2, if that all makes sense. So Charles, you're really doing my head in already. So let's go to the questions. So firstly, thank you to everyone who took part. So we have 18 questions, and I loved the questions that you asked. They were amazing. So, okay, the first question that we had was from Alicia Hayes, and she asked, what equipment and software would you recommend to crafters who are new to making YouTube videos? Well, Alicia, thank you. That was a really great question, and I must admit I have learned the hard way with some things. Firstly, I would say great lights. That was my main hurdle. I had bought a daylight lamp to start with, £130 it cost, and it was pants. And I used to do my videos down in my conservatory, and I could only do them in the daytime. I then moved to my craft room upstairs, and I bought some photography studio lights. Let me show you them. They are amazing. So they look like this. So I have two of these. You can see there's one there and one there, and these were like £20 from eBay, and they have big tripods, as you can see, so you can have them as tall as you want, and you can see there. The other thing is I have these phone holder things here, one that goes over, and I had one attached to the table to hold my phone in, and that's what I find the best for filming. Now, I actually film from my phone, and I have used my tablet before, which the quality was terrible. So make sure that if you're doing it with a phone, that your quality is good, or camera, etc. But my biggest hurdle was definitely my lights. As far as editing my video, I mean, I have started to do little music intros and things like that, and I use stop it. If I do my videos on my laptop, I use Movie Maker. If I do them on my phone, I use, it's called UVid, I think, no, UCut video editor, and I just use that basically. And then I use the YouTube program to do some things as well. Don't use anything fancy, I really don't. But my videos, you know, I don't do an awful lot of sort of snazzy things and effects and that. I'm starting to do a little bit more, so hopefully that will help you. But I would say definitely good lights and a good, oh, I'm so sorry, I nearly lost my voice then. Good lights and definitely a good camera or phone to film with. And look, you know, this is great lighting now. So they were from eBay. I'll try and see if I can get a link and put it in the description. So that was Alicia Hayes' question. Then we have This and That with Michelle, and she asked, how did you come to choose Charlie Asbo's name? Okay, so Charlie Asbo came to me in a very weird and wonderful way, and I always say that cats choose you. And I'll tell you this story. It was about 3.5 years ago, and I was single, and I was actually on a date, and it was a very bad date. And it was, I had met this person online, so I hadn't met them in person before. Met in a pub to have a drink, and I knew straight away, I thought, oh my gosh, this is not going great. So I bought a drink, went and sat in the beer garden thinking, how am I going to get out of here? And I'm sat there drinking my Baileys, and this little fella, Charlie Asbo, came out of a hedge and jumped on my lap and started nudging me and meowing. And there was a lady sat in front of me on this table, and she jumps up and she comes running over and she went, oh my gosh, is this your cat? And I went, no, I've never seen him before. And she said, oh my gosh, he's been coming to the pub for the last 2 weeks. He won't let anyone near him. And, you know, she's asked everyone if he's, you know, if anyone knew whose he was, and he was really skinny and flea ridden, and he was a real state, bless him. And anyway, she said, oh my gosh, he won't let anyone near him. And he's on my lap at this point, like nudging me and loving me and all this. So I said to her, I said, look, keep on asking. And I said, if nobody claims him, I'll come back and get him and I'll look after him. I've got 3 cats. At that point I had 3. And I said, I'll give him a home. And anyway, a week later, she said he hasn't come back. And I actually couldn't get him out of my head. I was like, oh my gosh, that poor little cat. And then a week after that, she rang me and said he'd come back. She'd managed to get hold of him. Would I go and get him? And I did. And he always meowed. He was always like, meow, 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 meow. And when I was young, there was a cat on the TV, and it was like, Charlie says. So I called him Charlie. And those of you from England might remember the cat, Charlie says, meow, meow. So I called him Charlie. But anyway, he turned out to be such a naughty boy, as you can see. So that's why I called him Charlie Asbo, because Asbo means here, you know, what is it called? Antisocial behaviour order, and that's what naughty boys get if they are naughty. So that's why he's called Charlie Asbo. Sorry for the long-winded explanation there, but that is how he became Charlie Asbo. Okay, Mrs. Stationery and Stuff, Laura asked, what's your one crafting tool you could not live without? I actually could not tell you one thing. I have so many craft things that I couldn't do without. My Big Shot, oh my gosh, my Fabri-Tac, my stamping tool. I have too many, so I cannot give you one answer. There are too many tools that I just love, love, love. I do have a really good cutting, like a guillotine thing that I absolutely love, cannot live without. My oh my gosh, there's just so many things. I will have a think on that, and if I can think of one thing, I will tell you. But at the moment, I could not tell you one thing, just everything. I love all of my tools. I probably have about 30 things that I could not do without, actually. So that's the answer to that question. So Christine Mortimer asks, which is your favourite craft? Journaling, card making, sewing, or something else? I would say journaling and junk journaling, because I think that you get to use so many bits and pieces, you know, and I don't like throwing things away, so you can repurpose things. And I also love the vintage side of that. I've always been an old fart, as you would say, and I've always loved antiques and vintage things. So I would say junk journaling and repurposing things. So that's the answer to that one. Right, okay, Christine's Cards and Things asked, what do you do with the craft things that you make? Oh my goodness me, I've just remembered I haven't added anything to the pot yet. How many questions have I asked? Hang on a minute. Right, so Alicia Hayes. So for your question, I am adding some more of these flowers. This and that with Michelle asked about Asbo. I am going to add these flowers. I'm so sorry. I was carrying on. Mrs. Stationery and Stuff, what's your crafting tool? So I'm going to add a pack of ribbon there to the pack. Christine Mortimer, I just asked that one. I'm going to add 2 rolls of washi tape to that. Right. Christine's Cards and Things. What do you do with the craft things that you make? Well, a lot of them I have now started giving away on my videos, you know, for my giveaways. If not, I usually give them to friends, you know, and thank yous and get wows, and especially my cards that I make, they all go, you know, to friends and that. I just give them away as gifts, really, and for Happy Mail, mostly. So that's the answer to that one. What am I going to add? Let's add one of these cute tassels to the pile. Right, Debbie Vignola, how is your juice treatment coming along, and are you noticing anything yet? Okay, honest truth, I managed to do 4 out of 7 days last week. I had such a busy week and I didn't make it the night before, so I haven't done it totally every day. Have I noticed any difference? Not really at the moment. I've started today making sure that I do it every day. I found it easier to drink now. I quite like it. The only thing I would say is the first couple of days I did have tummy ache after I drank the celery juice, and that put me off a little bit, but it has calmed down a bit. And today I have noticed I feel a bit more energetic, but I don't know if that is connected to drinking that, but I'll keep you posted with that. So let me add something else to the pack. So I've got these stamped, little stamped fabric pieces with a little clock and hope. These are great to use on your project. A little key and a little frame. So that was that question. Sue Harvey, what made you pick your wedding destination? Okay, so we're getting married in Rhodes, and we went on holiday there last year, and we absolutely loved it. So that's why we decided to get married there, because we both fell in love with Rhodes. I've been to Greece before, but never been to Rhodes, and just loved it. And it was just a perfect place to get married. So that is the answer to that one. And I'm going to add some beautiful napkins to the pile for that question. So thank you all for your questions. We've got more. Right, Pinky Noble, who was the first crafty YouTuber that you followed? Okay, so the first YouTuber that I followed was, I'm just trying to think now, oh my gosh, the name has gone out of my head. How awful is that? It was such a long time ago. It was when I was into card making. And, oh my gosh. All right, I'm going to come back to that question because my brain has just gone dead because it's years and years and years ago. I'll come back to that question in a minute. Right, okay. Debbie L, how did you and Charmin meet? Oh my gosh, really good question. I was at a friend's hen do, and funny story really, because I really didn't want to go out. I was just, I don't know, just really didn't want to go. And my next door neighbour really wanted me to go. She wanted someone for company, and she's like, but Channelle, please come, please come. So I did go, and that's where I met him, at my friend's hen do. And funny story, not funny, but they're not together now. They got married and they've now split up. So it's crazy how I actually met him. He wasn't in the mood really for going out, and his friend asked him to go. and we was waiting at the bar for a drink and no one was serving, and we just got talking, and yeah, it was just such a spark from the beginning, you know. It was so lovely. So yeah, I met him at my friend's Hindu. So there you go. Right, I need to put something in there, so I'm going to put this lovely butterfly thank you little charm. Right, okay, what other questions do we have here? Right, Jackie McFall, where is your favourite holiday destination? I would say it's Greece, Rhodes, Greece. It's definitely our favourite place to go. We just absolutely love it, but we're sure we're going to find other places as well. So at the moment it's Rhodes, Greece. It's our favourite place, and I'm going to add these lovely butterflies, die cuts, which was done with some lovely wallpaper. There you go. Ow, do not bite me. Right, okay, now we have Joanne Sanderson. If you could be someone else from the past or present for one day, who would you be and why? I just love these questions. Okay, I'm going to give you two answers to this. So my first answer would be someone from the past, and that would be Queen Victoria. Yeah. Why would I want to be Queen Victoria? I just think that I just love her story. I think that she had it very hard, but I also think that she was a very strong lady, and I don't know, I love the romance between her and Prince Albert. I'd love to be Queen Victoria for a day, and that was from someone from the past. Someone from the present, I'd love to be J-Lo. Why? Because I want to be a diva, and she can sing, she can act, she can dance, she's beautiful. Who wouldn't want to be J-Lo? And I always don't like the size of my bum. She's happy with her, so J-Lo is the answer to that. So let me put something else in here. So I have some beautiful wallpaper that I've cut to 6x6 Charles. So we have this gorgeous wallpaper pieces so that you can use on projects. Look at the pile growing so big. Okay, so we have AJCA. If you can travel anywhere, where would you go? I would love to go to Mauritius or the Seychelles. Oh my gosh, I think Mauritius. My only thing though is that I'm scared of flying, and you would have to go on a putt-putt plane, which, oh my gosh, scares the life out of me. If I could just get one big plane there, it would definitely be Mauritius or the Seychelles or somewhere like that. Somewhere, a little gorgeous island with white sands. Would love to go there. So I am going to add some vintage stamps. So these are a pack of vintage stamps, some really old ones in there for you to use on your projects for that question. Right, okay, right. Thorid Stevenson, which famous crafter would you like to meet? I think I would like to meet Patricia Viramontes. I just think that she's so lovely. I love her pockets. I think that she's so down to earth. I mean, there are so many great crafters out there. So I have a long list. But Patricia, I really love, because she's just so very down to earth. And yeah, I love listening to her. I love watching her. And I would love to meet Patricia. So let me add something for that. Now I have these little, now these are the backs that you can put, they've got a paper clip on, and you can make altered paper clips. So I've cut a few of these out, stuck them together, and I thought that you could make your own safety pin, altered safety pins with them. Okay, so we're going to put some of them in. Right, ouch, get off me, you naughty boy. Right, he won't let me have my paper back. You're being naughty. Okay, Leda Pennock, have you ever been to Canada? The answer to that is no. I have never been to Canada. I would like to go actually, but in the summer, not the winter, because I don't like it being too cold. And I know that Canada can get really, 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 really cold. So that is the answer to that one. And I'm going to add this lovely unicorn bag, topper bag that has some lovely bows in there, some new ones from my last AliExpress haul. Okay, so how many more questions we got? Okay, this is an interesting one. It's My Playhouse asked, what is the tattoo on your hand and do I have any more? Right, okay, interesting story, and I don't know if I can turn my hand round enough, probably not. This was a tattoo. Now, I'm at the moment in the process of getting it removed, and I've had a couple of sessions and it's going to take so many. Now, long story, I always said I would never, ever, ever have a tattoo. And something upset my daughter years and years and years and years and years ago. And I wanted to show her how much I love her. Not that I had to, or needed to, because she knows I love her. But she knew I never wanted a tattoo. So I went and had her name put on my hand, which is K, K-A-Y. And the tattoo went horribly wrong. Horribly wrong. Which it was soul destroying for me, because it always looks like I've just got written on my hand, and it's disgusting. I don't like it. And the fact that I've now got to get it removed because I'm not going through it again. So yeah, that was what it was. You can't see, I've had 3 sessions to get it removed, and look what's still left. Had it done, oh my gosh, so many years ago. So the answer is no, I don't have any more, and I would not have any more. I just can't believe I went and had it done and it went wrong. Trust me. So for that, I am going to add this lovely card that I made, and it's got a lovely charm on it, and it's with a gorgeous die cut. So that is that one. Okay, we have now next question. Judith McPherson, when did you first start paper crafting, and was it card making or scrapbooking? Oh, okay, it was probably about 12 years ago I started making cards, and it was card making, not scrapbooking. I used to do a little bit of scrapbooking with the kids, but my main thing was card making. Then I obviously got into Stampin' Up, and yeah, so it was card making. So let me add something for that question. Right, I have this lovely stencil. You're probably not going to be able to see it properly. I don't know if you can see. It's like a rose stencil. I ordered a couple, and that's, you know, so that you can put lovely rose on your projects. So we're going to add that for that question. Now the next question, the Crafting Shed Davies, how is your juice diet going? Are you still doing it? So I have answered that. It's going okay, and I am still doing it, but I will add something else for that question. And I am going to add this set of cards so that you can use and change them for your projects. And you've got some little playing cards here, a little otter card, and these lovely word cards. So these have got sayings on. The challenge is not to be perfect, it's to be whole. I like to be a free spirit, so some don't like that, but that's the way I am. Princess Diana. Always be a first-rate version of yourself instead of a second-rate version of somebody else. There's nothing a man can do that I can't do better, and in heels. Oh, actually, I'm so sorry. I'm going to keep this one. I do apologise. This was one I meant to put away from my journal. I'm sorry, I'm stealing it. Oh, sorry. There's plenty here anyway. Right, this one. I stand for freedom of expression, doing what you believe in and going after your dreams. Give a girl the right shoes and she can conquer the world. Marilyn Monroe. And in order to be irreplaceable, one must always be different. And dreaming, after all, is a form of planning. So we're going to add those. Right, we're nearly there. Seri, what age did you start crafting, and what was the first thing you made? Right, okay, oh my gosh, I don't know. I think I was probably about 20, and I taught myself how to crochet. So the first thing that I did was crochet in. I was about 20 years old, and I crocheted blankets and baby cardigans and things like that. I know, a bit of a thing to do at the age of 20, but I found it therapeutic. And of course I had my daughter, actually no, I was 19, because I had my daughter Kay, and I was 19 when I had her. So it was actually crochet, but I also did learn to sew, and I made her some outfits and made her quilt as well. So they were both around the same time. So that was what I did. So let me add some more things. So I have a little baggie here of things. So I'm going to add these, oh my gosh, look at this pile here already. And this is only day one. These are some embellishments that I made using my glossy accents and some little printables. And I've put like little holes in some of them and like a little button fabric piece there as well. So I'm going to add those in. And let me have a look, see what other questions I have. Oh, I know. I didn't answer that question and it's just come to me. I'm so sorry. Right, we had a question by Pinky Noble. Who was the first crafty YouTuber that you followed? It was Brandy's card. So it's Brandy Cox. She is a Stampin' Up demonstrator. I don't know what happened earlier. I just had a complete brain fog. And she used to do these 10 cards in 20 minutes or 20 cards in 10 minutes. I can't remember which way around it was. And I just love watching her. I mean, yes, she has this whole film crew and her videos are like top notch. But I used to love watching her. She was probably the first person that I would follow on a regular basis. So it's Brandy Cox from Brandy's Cards. So let me add in some more things here. So I have these lovely die cuts. So I'm going to add these in for you to use. Look at these lovely roses on your projects. And let me just check if I have any more questions. I've answered that one, 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 and that one. Which one have we been? Yes, I have done them all. Right, as you can see, this pile has grown and this was only the first day. We're going to do it all over again. I want to say thank you for all your questions. I just loved that. I think you've all come up with some brilliant questions. So don't forget, all of your names are going in for a chance of the 2 prizes. And ask another question today, and I'll be back tomorrow to answer those and put your entries into the pot and add more goodies. I need to go sort out more things, de-stash, to add to these. This is going to be a big prize. Thank you all for taking part, and I shall see you all tomorrow, and keep up the good work with the questions. Love them. Take care for now. Bye bye.